you should understand split method. So split method is a very important method, and that split method, what it does is splits the given string based on the delimiter. So you will give a delimiter, and in the string, wherever this delimiter, whatever you are giving is present, before that, whatever the word is there, that will split and put it in the array, string array. So that's the split method. So you can split your string based on the delimiter. So whatever the delimiter you are giving, you can split based on the particular delimiters. So splits the given string based on delimiter. So, and returns string array. So what is the return type? You will get a string array, you will get it. So what are the delimiters? So delimiter can be anything. So you have to look for the common in the entire string. So each word after the delimiter should be the same, so that whatever you are giving, based on that, the words will be split. And each word will go and store in the string array. That's a delimiter. Like delimiters are spaces, then commas, colons, question marks, and semicolon. It can be anything. Okay, so in between the words, that is going to be a common. So then when you call that, so the split method on that string, all the words will split and store in the string array. That's the split method, what it will do. So let me take a string, one string, a real use cases I will take. String yes4 equal to. So let me show you the real use case here. Suppose you go to Google, okay, and you are setting the same thing I'm going to use in our automation also. So Selenium, you set it. So now see this, can you see here? This is the word, this is the string. In the web page, everything is a string. To get that string, so Selenium methods you will use that. Selenium will give this entire string. Suppose you assume that you got into a variable. So now this is the string. You got it. So your requirement here is you need to get this number. But this is a string only. Later you can convert into integer. That's a different story. But first of all, this entire thing is a one string only. This entire thing is a string. In that, you need to get this one. How can you get it? That's the scenario. So to get that, you take all these words into a string array. How you can take? By applying the split method. What is the common delimiter in the string in between all the words?
Space. Comma.
How many words are here? How many words are there in this sentence?
4. 4. I don't know. Just guessing.
Only 3, maybe if you can't only about resources.
How many words? Only 1 or 4 or 5? How many? How can you distinguish words between in the string?
5 words with the spaces.
That's the right answer, right? 5 words. What is this, guys? Come on. This is the one word. This is the another word. This is the another word. And this is another word.
Oh yeah.
This is another word. These are the words, right?
Yep.
A collection of characters is a word. Then later some space or any delimiter will be there. Now here the space is there. Each word after space is there. And you people are thinking only comma, somebody telling this is the one word. This is not multiple words. This entire thing is one word only. And words means these are the words. There is a separation each word after. The common delimiter between all the words here is a space. So you give a space, wherever space is there, space before word will split and go and store in the string array. So I'm going to apply now. So string array, the return type of the array, str equal to S4 is the string object dot split method. So I'm going to give space. Space is my delimiter. So now this split method will find out the wherever spaces are there, that space before what word is there, that will go and store in this array. Now, can you tell me your array looks like this? How your array looks like this? How your array so comes like? Now tell me what are the words will come in the first, which word will come and store here?
About.
About.
About. So about will come and store here. First place of your array. And second place, what is the next space is where?
Result.
Result before. Here. Why result? This why you forget this one? This is not a word, huh? So this is also another word. Next. Here the space. Result will come and store in the third place. Next. Space is here. So this entire thing will go and store in the another place of array. Next, the last one is this one. The last element of your array. So this is the total array. This is how your array will store internally. So now, see, I want this first element in the 0 index, second element in the 1 index, third element in the second index, fourth element in the third index, and fifth element in the fourth index. Now we want which one? We want this value. How you can access array elements?
str of 1.
How can you access array elements?
Array of index.
Array of index. Array name of index. So that's the answer. Now I'll get a string. So these are all strings only. String S5 equal to str of 1. That's it. So now I got S5 values fetching S5 value from S4 using split method. So obviously S5 you are printing. Okay. So S4. So you can give double quotation mark here. See that?
S4 doesn't give the
See?
address.
So this is the only one required word you are getting. So from this entire thing. So that's the possible with split method. Okay, but I want to. Now this is a string. Right? This is a string. but I want to convert into long data because this is a bigger value. So long integer I want to convert. How can you convert? So, and these are all very, very important interview questions and real use cases you will see in the real time. How can you convert string object into primitive long format? So how can you do that? There is a long lval equal to, so long wrapper class dot parse long of string value, string object. So this is the formula. But so here there are commas. I cannot directly split this. I cannot directly convert into lang. So if you convert directly into long primitive format, what will happen? You will get a number format exception. See that? Let me show you that. So long lval equal to, this is coming, long lval equal to, so long dot parse long and S5M3. See here you will get a, so I'm trying to print L value in primitive format plus L value. So you will get a, here in this line you will get a number format exception. Why number format exception? Why number format exception? For input string 228, comma, 000, comma. The commas are there. It's not a complete number. Number is not completely in the string format. So we have to remove these commas. Then only it will be properly converted into number format. So now why you are getting number format exception? Invalid formatting. So invalid conversion you are doing. That's why. So I'll tell you this, how to convert, how to remove all these commas in this. So there is a method. So before this, you need to use one more replace method. So replace all method is there. So replace all. So replace all method is, so you give the old value and a new value. So what it will do is replaces all the occurrences in given string. So and returns string only again. So returns string for you. So string S6 equal to S5 dot replace all. So what I want to replace? I want to replace comma. So comma I want to replace with empty. So I don't want any value there. Still leaving empty. So now you supply S6. Then it will work here. Now you won't get any. So after replacing comma in S5, after replacing comma in S5, the original string, the updated reformed string, not the original, reformed string S6. plus S6. Now S6 I am passing here. Now this will be successful, this line. So because no commas here, that's why it is going to be successful. See that? You're not getting any error also. So this is the without any commas. Now this is completely converted into primitive integer long format. So that's how you can do that. So there is one more replace method. So replace method also old value, comma, new value. So what it does is replaces the old value with new value. Replaces the old value with new value. Replaces the old value with new value. So, for example, so returns again a new string. Returns string on string object it returns. String S7 equal to S1 dot replace. So S1 dot replace, even I can replace the S1 is Java Selenium, right? So I'll replace Java, A, I'll replace, even character also we can replace with @ symbol. Now you see, you will get a, so wherever A is there, A will replace with @ symbol. So A character is replaced with @ symbol in S1. So using replace method. Okay, the latest one is S7. So S1 is not going to change. That's what I told you. All these are literals. Literals never going to change the value. You can see that. So where is that? Here it is. Java select. So wherever A is there, A plus @ symbol. And same, I can replace string S8 equal to S1 dot replace, even word also I can replace. So one word, for example, I want to replace Java. So with Ruby. So I can do that. So now you see you got so Java is replaced with Ruby in S1 using replace method plus S8. So S1 still Java Selenium is there, but you are getting a new string, that is Ruby Selenium. That's a replace method advantage. And there is one more important concept. We are going to use this replace method. And so replace method. So other than this, let me show you one. I'm going to use the same code in the so in automation also. So I want to print the date, current system date. So how can you print in string format? So let's see here. Create object for date class. Okay. So date new bj equal to new date. Okay, this is the date class. So this date class is available in java.util package. Okay, java.util package you use. Now you print current system date is. Okay. Just object you are printing. DOBJ, if you print, it will print the current date. See how it is printing? Just observe that. So what is this? Wednesday, September 07, 1957, 08 CDT 2022. Right? So now I want to see this. Sometimes here colon is there and the remaining things, all spaces are there. Right? I want to convert this object into string first. How can you convert object into string? So this is another interview question. How can you convert object into string? So how can you convert object into string format? So what is the answer? Using toString method. So what this toString method returns? ToString method, what it will do? Converts the object into string format. What this toString method will do? Converts the object into string format. So the return type is returns string. Returns a string to you. Okay. So I will do one thing. So I don't want multiple. Okay. Simple. Okay. Now let's convert D object into string format. But basically, I want to convert that entire into string format, right? So let's see this, what I'm doing now. So let's understand what I'm going to do now. This entire thing, I'm going to join each word with hyphen. Each word with hyphen. Wherever spaces are there, I will replace the spaces with hyphen. Wherever colons are there, I will replace with hyphen. Wherever colons are there, I replace with hyphen. Wherever spaces are there, I replace with hyphen. Wherever spaces are there, I replace with hyphen. This is the entire, this is the word I want to, I'm getting like this. DOBJ, I'm getting like this. DOBJ, I'm getting like this. How can we shape into with all joining the words as a string? See, string is 9 equal to, so DOBJ dot toString. There is a method, toString method in the date class. So date class, you have a toString method. So toString dot, that's a string object. This entire thing is a string object. String dot, I need to replace. So what I want to replace? I want to replace spaces with what I want to do with hyphen. Dot, I'm getting another string. Again, dot replace. So I want to replace with colons with hyphens. So this is the entire thing. You will get it. You know, it will join with hyphen, all the things. So date with joining with hyphen. That is S9. Yes. This is how all you can play around with if you know all the strings. See this? Everything is joined with hyphen now. So that's what we all magic you can do with the methods. So that's why methods are very important. Don't ignore these things, okay? So if you ignore, this is going to be a bigger problem for you. So real time. Okay, so replace method is done, and so even a lot of concepts I covered here. So to convert object into string, how to convert a string object into primitive format. So that also I covered. Very important concept I covered here. And how to split the string also I cover. Now, so let's move on to the next thing. So, substring method I want to cover. Substring. So, substring is overloaded here. So, int index. And one more, this substring, what it will do is, what is substring first of all? So, what is substring means what? So, what is mean by substring? How you can define a substring?
A part in a string.
A part of a string, a portion of a string is called substring, right? A portion of string is called substring, right? So it can be more than one character, right? More than one characters if you give, that's called substring. So that substring, how you can get it from the main string. So that's what we are going to learn now. And even programs also I'm going to do with that, okay? So please focus on this now. So we are going to do even, so the same thing, you know, how we can get that. So how we can, so let's go and see that. Substring, first what this substring will do. Substring from the given index till the end, all the characters it will fetch. The substring with one parameter. Fetches all the characters from given index to till the end. So returns string object. Returns what? String object. So another substring int begin index, comma, int end index. Okay. So fetches the characters in between the range. Fetches the characters in between the range. Fetches the characters in between the range. So that is this substring means. So fetches the characters in between the range. So that's the substring second one with begin index and end index. Now let's go and understand here. Suppose, for example, S1 we have Java Selenium, right? So Java Selenium, right? This is how we have. So, and here is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Total how many characters are here? How many characters, sir? Ayyo, this much time. 1 to 11, 11, 11 plus 1, 12.
12 characters.
For this also, this much time we should not take. Here 11 is there already. 11 plus 1, this 0 is 1. 0 means one character. 0 is the index, but the 1 you have to count as 1. So for this also struggling. Okay, now I want to fetch only Selenium. How can I fetch it? So how can I fetch only Selenium? String S10 equal to S1 dot substring of int begin index. So where it starts a Selenium, which index it starts?
fourth,
4.
Fourth. Just give 4. 4 to till all the characters to be fetch. Fetching selenium from S1 using substring int index plus S10. See that? You got only selenium. So let's move on to the range. So fetch. For example, only len I want, len I want. How can you fetch only len? Fetch len from Java Selenium. So how can you do that? String s11 equal to s1 dot substring int begin index int end index you have to give. So where L starts,
6.
6. And end index always excludes. So that means always if you want the character, you have to give that character index plus 1 you have to give. Now n means n is in which index?
8.
8. So 8 plus 1 you have to give. So that is 9. If you give 8 index, whatever the character is, it won't fetch. That means remember. So begin index is always inclusive and end index is always excludes. Excludes means what? That index, the character won't return to you. If you want the character, just give before that, after that index. So for example, now n. So n, if you want, you have to give 9. So 9 before only it will fetch. So that's the how end index. So you will be calculated. So begin index is going to take. So whatever the begin index you are giving 6. 6 index now we have L. So L will take. Begin index always grab the character, but end index it won't grab the character. Okay. So that's this end index. Please remember that. So fetching len word from S1 using substring int index comma index begin index I'll give begin index int end index. So I'll just give plus S11. So that's it. Run this program. Now you can see only len you will get. Okay. This is the how to use so this substring. So another important. Any questions? Next one is trim method. So it removes spaces, head and tail portion spaces only, not in the middle of the word. So removes the spaces of head and tail portion spaces. Removes head and tail portion space of the string. So returns string only, new string you will get. So for example, I want to create a scenario here, a string S12 equal to, for example, space selenium web, or I'll do that only web. So driver. So like this, there is a space you will have. You have a space beginning of the word, end of the word, and middle of the word, in between the words. So now when you call the trim method on this S12 string, only head and tail portion spaces only will be removed, not any other. Okay, middle of the words, that spaces won't be removed by trim method. Clear? So let's call. So string, maybe I'll print first this length and I'll find out. Okay, let me print. So before a trim method, S12 length is. So S12 dot length method. Okay. So same will apply now. String S13 equal to S12 dot trim method. So I applied the trim method. Maybe you can continue trim dot length also you can find out. Okay, so I'm printing now. So after trim method, third, so S13 length is S13 dot length. See the difference. So two spaces will be there extra here, 12. See, here is the space, one extra space. Here is one extra space. So that's why you're getting 12 total. After removing with a trim method, there is no one space only here. Here also one space. So 10 value is showing that. So that is this trim method. Next. So next method is get bytes method. So get bytes basically returns the byte array. Okay. So byte array, so bt equal to s dot get bytes. So you can print, right? You can print array. So using for each loop or for loop. So byte is the array data type. So t colon bt. Bt is the array name. So I'm just printing. So, and you can just print the t. So each character slash t. So it will print the spaces. So you can print back. Bring the cursor to next line to understand that it is. So print method will stay in the same line. So, right? These are the A ASCII code, A ASCII code, V ASCII code, and A ASCII code. So that's the byte. Byte means this number of that character it is fetched. So next, index of. Index of give a character or a string, anything. So if you give fetches the index value of a char or a string. So returns integer value. So return type is int. Int index equal to s1 dot index of. So I'm giving a character. So let me give a character of yes. So in the s1, yes index I want. So what is the s index? You can find it out. So yes index in s1 is, that is index. So even you can find out in index 1 equal to s1 dot index of. Even you can give a word also. For example, yes. So I want to give Java, S1 means Java Selenium, right? In Java Selenium, Java index number I want. What is that? So you can find out like this index numbers of, so in the given string. Okay. Okay, so now let's go and see that. Okay, what is the index? Yes, index. Yes, index value. So yes, index value in S1 using index of method. You can find out like this all the index one. So there is one more method, last index of. So last index of means, so a given character or a string, so last occurrence of last occurrence index will fetch. So return type is again index, last index equal to S1 dot last index. So for example, I want E last index. E is occurring, E and A occurring many times, right? So that you can find out. So E last occurrence in this S1 using last index of plus L index. Okay. See that. This is a Java is a 0, it starts. Selenium is 4, and this is the 7th index in the, say this one 7th index E. So this is how you can find out last index of. So another one, next method, compare to method. So compare to method, string S you give. So basically it compares the given two strings. Okay, compares like same as a equals method, but equals method returns a Boolean value for it. But this compare to method returns the integer numbers. If, for example, S1 is greater than S2, so lexicographically they will compare. So basically the character based it will compare. The internally ASCII code based it will compare. That's what this compare to method will do. So compares lexicographically and returns integer value. Okay. Basically, for example, if S1 is greater than, so S1 is greater than S2, S1 is greater than S2, so returns positive value. So S1 is less than S2, returns negative value. So S1 equal to S2, so returns 0. Okay, so these formulas you need to remember so that it will be easy. Now you see that I'm going to replicate the same thing. comparing S1 with S2. So using compare to method. Okay, so see how I'm doing here. S1 dot compare to compare to method is there and S2. So here, please understand S1 is all lowercase, right? But S2 is all uppercase. Now, which one is the ASCII code wise? Which one is the bigger one? Small case bigger one, or lowercase is bigger one?
Smaller.
Smaller. So now in this, which category it will falls under? This one or this one or this one?
Positive.
Now S1 is positive value, so you will get a positive value. The difference of those two numbers you will get it. So that is 32, you will get it. So why 32 you are getting? So you observe that. So J, small j and capital J ASCII code. What is the small j and capital J ASCII codes? ASCII table. So what is the difference? Please analyze that. That small a ASCII code is 97. Capital A ASCII code is 64. What is the difference between both of them? See this also. J 106, capital J is 74. So 106 minus 74 is 32. So that's how the difference, it will give you. Same, if you do the same thing, reverse. For example, I'm doing reverse little bit. So comparing S2 with S1. So now this S2 is less than S1. So you will get a negative value. So minus 32 you will get. Say minus 32 you're getting. Now same thing, I'm going to compare with S1 and S3. S1 with S3. So what will happen? You can see that. S1 and S3 is same. So that's why. So you will get so S1 and S3. So you are going to get this, and so run this now. What will happen? You see this 0 you will get. All three scenarios I have shown you. Here S1 greater than S2, that's why positive value. Here S1 is less than S2, that's why negative. If both are S1 double equal to S2, that's why you're getting 0. So this is the compare to method. And one important interview question here. So how can you find the length of given string without using length method? How can you find this? So the answer is using compare to method. So how you can find the length of, so S dot compare to, and second string you don't give anything, so that it will find out. So finding the length of yes using compare to method. So these are all kind of tricky questions in the interviews they will give. When there is a less time, they will give this kind of questions. So see, four characters only, right, in Java. So you give any string, it will find out. Okay. So that's another interview question. And next one is join method. So join method basically joins the all the strings based on the delimiter. First you give the delimiter here. Okay. So delimiter. So then second one you join all the strings S2, S3 and so on. So and so on. How many strings you give, all the strings will join with this delimiter. So that's the static method, static return type method. Joins all the strings with the given delimiter. So returns string only. So this is the, you have to, how can you call the particular class static method, return type static method? How can
Method
you
name.
call one
Data
class is return type static method in another class?
Data type of the
Data
method.
type. Oh, method name.
Variable.
Data type method name equals to
Data type variable name is equal
method
to
name.
So data type, somebody telling at least two people tried data type. So variable name, why method name will come, sir?
Variable name.
What I'm asking, the formulas,
Method
especially
name.
method programs is a very important. I don't know when you will know, be strong on that areas. Data type variable name.
Method name.
class name.
Method name.
Method name.
Why method name, sir? Why method name is so? Another class method, how you can call here? That class name dot return type static method, right? So these first batch guys, they learned long time back. If they forget, okay. So the second batch guys, you learned last week only. And you are forgetting, that's unacceptable. Revise your concepts again. That's very important here. So otherwise it doesn't work out. String S14 equal to string dot join. So I'll give a delimiter. All I want to join with colon. So I'm giving string. So this is the, I want to join with colon. Now see the output. See this, how nicely it is coming up. Right? So that's the join method. Let me remove this, otherwise you are confusing. So colon also coming there also. I'll put a equal so that it will be good for us. So that's the how you can join with the join method. So last method, value of method. This is another overloaded method. So value of, you can, so what this value of method will do? So converts the different type of data into string format. So the return type is string. So you give any kind of data, it will convert into string format. So this is another static method. You can, so you can overload the static methods, right? You can do that. So string S15 equal to string dot, so value of that. The same method is repeating. See how many times. This is overloaded. But what is that? Method name is same. So what is changing here? The data type of the parameter is changing. So this is the value of method I'll give. So for example, I'll convert. So integer value 20. There's 25 I'm giving. So now the 25 integer you have given, it will move into string format. So S15 in the string format now. S15 value is S15. So for example, I don't want to give here value. So I'll give I. So what I can do, I'll go here and I'll declare int I equal to 25. Now, I want answer from you guys. Yes, 15 plus I. So what is the output you will get? Hmm?
25i.
Hmm?
25i. Sorry. 25.
25, 25 you will get. So it's another string. String is 16 equal to. That's how all the methods have strings. Okay? Yeah. This is the string value. So this is also string. So that's it for the day. And we are done with all the string methods. Tomorrow I'll